The Dallas Cowboys are officially sitting at 1% chance to make the playoffs. And we need to talk about it. So come with me. So I can say this, that the Dallas Cowboys are sitting at a 1% chance to make the playoffs. And that means that the Dallas Cowboys are dependent on the Philadelphia Eagles to lose the rest of their games. And the Dallas Cowboys must win the rest of their games. Now, I doubt, and I highly doubt that happens because the Philadelphia Eagles are likely to win one of those games. Now, moving forward, I definitely think the Dallas Cowboys have a bigger issue at hand because moving forward, the Dallas Cowboys defense had a horrible season overall. Now, there was a 3-game stretch versus the Las Vegas Raiders, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Philadelphia Eagles, where they allowed only 77 rush yards. But right after, they seemed still like they couldn't get it together. And we all know that we may think that that's under Matt Eberflus. But really, is it? Is it the personnel? Is it these guys' effort? Is it these guys' technique? What is it that's the concerning thing that's happening in Dallas on the defensive side of the ball? Because clearly Dak Prescott is in year 10, about to be in year 11, and they clearly wasted a great year from Dak. Dak had a great year. He was healthy, and he stayed healthy. And, I definitely think, moving forward, guys, this defense has to get looked at. We need some dogs on the defensive side of the ball. We do not need these pillow-pushing guys anymore. Kenneth Murray Jr. needs to bounce. He needs to bounce. We finally got rid of Mozzie Smith. We need to make change on this defensive side of the ball. We need some captains. We need some headhunters in the middle of the field. We need those guys because Dallas lacks those guys and been lacking those guys for the longest. So, guys, if you're new here, I go by the name of Smack Talk, and I do all Dallas Cowboys content, and I'm just a fan. I'm a Dallas Cowboys for life. But I'm going to tell you now, I keep it honest, and I just love making content about the Dallas Cowboys. So don't forget that like button and subscribe button is simple, guys. So, moving forward with the Dallas Cowboys defense, I definitely think, with the addition of Quinnen Williams and the addition of Logan Wilson, when Jerry Jones pulled that trigger, I feel like he just pulled the trigger too late. He came and he pulled out his wallet way too late. He let go of one of the greatest talents. And unfortunately, Michael Parsons is injured over there in Green Bay, and it's unfortunate. I wish him the best. I know he's not with the team, unfortunately, but I definitely wish him the best. He's a great guy. He has great talent. So, moving forward, Jerry Jones let that guy go. He let him go, and the defense just fell into pieces. There was no leadership. Trayvon Diggs was just getting off an ACL tear, and Deron Bland was just getting off a knee injury. And you think as you looked inside of the season, you were like, okay, so the Dallas Cowboys have this type of schedule, and they're going to probably lose most of it. And the way it's turning out, that's the way it's looking to be, because the Dallas Cowboys lost too many games in the beginning of the season. And there were a few games there that they didn't need to lose. They just weren't focused. And these are things that we need to keep a hold of moving forward, guys, because the Dallas Cowboys moving into next season need to focus on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, all focus, all hands on deck on the defensive side of the ball, because if we can attack and get someone in that defensive side of the ball, I know at Dak Prescott at year 11, he's even in more control. We've seen how in control Dak Prescott is of his offense. No matter the time, no matter how much time he has, no matter the decision he makes, no matter how poor of a decision he makes, he has control of that offense. So if he can have a defense that can uphold and keep getting him the ball, he's going to eventually put up points. That's just the way it is. Don't get me wrong. Field goals don't win football games. And I keep preaching this to people because field goals don't win football games. Touchdown wins football games. Yeah, you can win a football game by a field goal. You can do that. But if getting field goals 5-6 times a game, that's not going to win you a football game. So moving forward, guys, Jerry Jones needs to go. Yeah, Jerry. And you know what? I seen this video right here of Jerry Jones leaving early. And, they say that Jerry Jones usually don't do that. He's usually the last one to leave, or whatever the case may be. He's the first one to leave, so he seems highly upset. And if you take a listen here.
All right. Question.
What part of today's or tonight's loss bothered you the most?
I think that the fact that we were making field goals rather than getting some touchdowns in serious possessions, and that ended up biting us, especially when we missed the two that we missed. But I think our inability to not keep them out of the end zone, and that was frustrating.
You can clearly see that Jerry Jones is frustrated. He's frustrated with this team. And you have no right to be frustrated with this team. You need to be frustrated with yourself because you pulled the trigger too late and you let go away with one of your greatest defensive players of all time. Or could have been, I should say. So moving forward, guys, the Dallas Cowboys defense need to get it together. They need to corral these guys. We're about to have an expensive defensive line with Quentin Williams, Osa, Kenny, Jadeveon, Donovan. You know, we got a good group of guys. We're just not seeing any pressure. We're not seeing any tackles. We're not seeing any turnaround in this. So if we can get the turnaround in this, then how can we expect the defense to play moving forward? Like, and it's not about just now. That's the thing. It's not about just now. Moving forward, how can we expect this defense to play? Who's going to be the leader moving into the next season on this defense side of the ball? Because training camp, we gonna see it. You know, everybody thought we couldn't run the ball. We wasn't gonna be able to run the ball this season. Look at Javonte Williams running with a purpose. So this defense has to get and that brings me to this. Matt Eberflus may be staying in Dallas. Like that we're going to have to come to a realization of that. I guarantee you that Matt Eberflus stays in Dallas. Jerry Jones went and got Matt Eberflus. What makes you think that Jerry Jones is going to get rid of him? That's how I feel about it. Because if he wanted to get rid of him, he could have got rid of him. He could have been gone. So if we sit here and think about the defensive side of the ball, now there we can talk about the offensive side of the ball, but they have their miscues. They have them. Every team do, every offense do, every defense do. But the defense on our side of the ball is just straight horrible. We make any QB look like Tom Brady. They could have the most horrible game of their career, the past 2 seasons, the past 2 games, the past game, and they will come to Dallas or play Dallas and be like Tom Brady all over again. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at him. We got to think, guys, this defense needs work. I mean work. I am going to be preaching and hounding about the defense all off season. I mean, we're going to be doing in-depth analysis over defensive players in college. You better get with it. Because I'm telling you right now, that's what the Dallas Cowboys need. They don't need no offensive lineman. They don't need, get an offensive lineman late in the draft if you're going to do that. We need defensive players, cornerback, strong safety, free safety, linebackers. We need as much as possible because we lack, and we've lacked at those positions for several seasons, leading to the Dallas Cowboys downfall every dang on December. Every December, it's a Dallas Cowboys downfall. Here it comes. Boom. But you know what? There's going to come a day that somebody's going to figure something out. And Jerry Jones going to be tired of losing. And he going to put his head on straight for a year. And then, oh man, you better watch out. Because if Jerry Jones can somehow get on the same path as he knows what he needs in this draft and moving forward with these picks that he has from Michael Parsons. I know he gave away one with the Kenny Clark trade, or the Quentin Williams trade. But you got another one. So how are you going to use that? You better use it strategically. Don't go and get what you going to get offensive line. There should be no reason that the Dallas Cowboys draft any offensive player in the first 3 rounds. I'm just going to be honest. I just have to tell you that. I have to be the one to tell you that. There should be no reason that the Dallas Cowboys draft any offensive player in the first 3 rounds. There should be straight defense. Linebacker, cornerback, strong safety. I'm just going to be quite honest. We don't need no more defensive linemen, depending on the contract situations and who ends up leaving in Dallas on the defensive line. We don't need defensive linemen. If we trading out, swapping out, some people leaving, that's fine. But we don't need to go and put our faith in somebody. We need to put our faith in the linebacking core, in the strong safety core, and the cornerback core. We need a strong secondary core that can drop in coverage and lock you up. I mean, just lock you up. So, Dallas Cowboys are sitting at 1% chance to make the playoffs. The season is a wrap. We might as well go ahead and call it a wrap. But like I said, guys, I go by the name of Smack Talk. We make all Dallas Cowboys content. Make sure you hit that like button. The subscribe button is free support. It's easy to do. Until next time, deuces.